Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Apparently, it's not only Peter Obi and some obedient or most obedient, if not all the obedient, waiting for the verdict of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Just fairly recently, Afenifere have still refused to congratulate President President Bola Ahmed Tinubu simply because they're waiting for the same verdict, which is the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. As it is, there is more to it than meets the eye. Despite everything, it looks like most leaders are not satisfied. They are ready to wait it out. Well, in a moment, we're going to find out how all eyes are on the judiciary and why the judiciary really are under pressure to deliver true justice. Let's quickly hit the ground running as we find out what Dr. Beatrice Boko, who happened to be the national president of the MiddleBelt Forum, what he's telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Nigerians in whole. Now, according to the news, in an interview that was conducted, they asked him some very strong questions about the issue of Bola Ahmed Tinubu performing, and now he's the president, how they should, let go of issues and all that. This is what he said. He said, it's not for me to be his advisor. Mine is to say, let's wait for the court, because as far as I'm concerned, I don't know who is eventually going to be the president, because a lot of things that were unconstitutional were committed. And as far as I'm concerned, I am still waiting for the rightful president to emerge through the court process. Some people have dismissed the court, but with the evidence coming out, I don't think we can just wish away things like that. However, setting up commissions here and there doesn't solve the problem. The problem is change of behavior by Nigerians. It is not the government that gave birth. It is not the government that gave birth to Boko Haram, the Fulani herdsmen, the militia that is killing people in the Middle Belt and in the South. It is Nigerians who want to dominate others by all means, using religion, using ethnicity as tools. So whatsoever the president does, unless Nigerians are willing to be Nigerians and not to be Fulani, not to be Muslims, not to be Christians, not to be Kanuri, not to be Igbo, not to be Yoruba, not to be Middle Belters, and so on and so forth, it won't solve the problem. So, unless we all agree to be Nigerians, because we are not yet a nation, we are just being patched up. Some people out there believe that they have Sharia, which is their main thing. Some states, in response to that, says theirs is a Christian state. Unless we all agree to be Nigerians and adhere to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, no commission, nothing will solve our problems, because people fall for another constitution which is different from the Nigerian constitution because they want to benefit from what it provides. Without the constitution, we are not one entity, but yet both the one that wants to benefit and the one that wants to go by a different rule, not by the constitution, are the problem. Then I asked him a very strong question. He said, but Tinubu is being applauded because of the reforms he's carrying out. What are your views? He repeated again. He said, I told you that the court will determine, however. I tell that again. He said, I told you that the court will determine. But however, what he has done so far seems to be more Nigerian than what Buhari has done. Fine and good. Let's wait and see what will become of this. Whether he just wants to appease us so, knowing that he has a problem in the court, is so that he will get sympathy of Nigerians. Some of the things he has done are good. If somebody does a good thing, you say it. In the same way, if somebody does what is bad, we say it. So many of the things he has done are good. Many of the appointments he has made are also good. Some of them have question marks because some of the characters have a lot of baggage. But all the same, let's wait. Time will tell. He as a person that was accused of so many things, including drugs, but people can repent and become even better people than those who have not done anything. Let us wait and see. What he has done, a lot of them are good, but there are a lot of things which you need to be tinkering here and there. You don't lot for subsidy removal on people who cannot earn what for their vehicles, who cannot earn what they can for their vehicles, and you say you have palliative. Which palliative? He now asked. So what is your view then on the removal of fuel subsidy because of the divergent opinion about it? He now answered, nobody in Nigeria knows the truth about this fuel subsidy thing. I am not a technical person. The crude oil is being extracted from our soil. Do you have to send it abroad, refine it and bring it back, and then use the international standard to determine what is ours? The price of fuel, this is our product. We killed our refineries deliberately. We were told that the money contributed or shares bought by government in Dangote refinery can even be the refinery. That means the government gifted that refinery to Dangote, and now you have stamped this money on Nigeria so that we pay and you remit to Dangote. When you look at government and previous government, you realize that we don't love this country and we don't love ourselves. We only want to impoverish people, torment people. Sometimes we even ask, what is the difference between democratic rule and civil rule? Are we being democratic? In what way? Has the government considered it the right thing to inform Nigerians whose earnings, remunerations and salaries and so on can afford this kind of money on fuel and transportation? I traveled home because a bosom friend of mine died last week, and to get to my village and come back, I spent 300,000 naira on fuel. If I didn't have the money, I wouldn't have gone, and it would have been better for me if I had sent just 100,000 naira to the person. But I ventured out and discovered that I was already in deep shit. It is terrible, very terrible. Tell me how many people in this country end up to 300,000 naira in a month, which I spent on petrol just to travel to my village and come back. It's a long journey. It is criminal, and nobody even knows the truth about this matter. This is our product, and you are fostering on us international standard because you deliberately killed our refineries. It is unfortunate. Wow. Then I asked him another question finally. Why is it difficult for anti-graft agencies to go after these people who are allegedly scamming the government and benefiting from the subsidy regime? This is what he answered. It is the government. Who is paying them? Is it not the government? Anybody stealing our money through fuel subsidy? It is the government. The government is the one who determines and pays these people. Do we have to import fuel, which we extract locally? How much did Dangote spend to build that refinery? What is Nigerians' budget every year? Is it too difficult to build a new refinery or maintain the existing ones? It is just fraud from the government and not from the so-called beneficiaries, because the government determines who collects what and who gets paid. So the whole conspiracy is what we had and have had bad leadership. I am sorry to say this. Many people castigated late General Abacha, and up till now still castigate him. When Abacha was in office, he was able to maintain a stable exchange rate and even fuel price up till the time he died. Did he come from the moon? Those who were castigating him are today the people destroying the country. If Abacha could do it as a military head of state, why couldn't others do it? Wow, this is so strong. This is really he spoke his mind out, and many people are just wondering what, and he said it the way it is. Like he said, there's so many evidences coming up against Bola Tinubu that he's not ready to give anybody any accolades yet until the court verdict comes out. That he does not know who is his president yet until the final verdict comes out. He said the evidence is coming out is enough for all Nigerians to wait. Whether they remove fuel subsidy or not, or change policy or not, it doesn't change the matter. All Nigerians and all eyes are on the judiciary. And I guess that's going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation.